Here we go. Hello, guys. Welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Kyle Boyd. He's had 4 professional fights, 3 wins, 1 defeat, and he's back out tomorrow night against Calvin Mccord, who's 13-1 for the Commonwealth silver title. Is on the line over 10 rounds, and he's headlining. And how are you, mate?
I am feeling good, man. Ready to go. Buzzing for tomorrow.
So we'll get on to that fight in a minute. But first, my first question is, how did you get into the sport?
Well, it was just, I was young, I was about 12, and one of my pals done it. I was bored. We were bored at playing football. So we just I just joined boxing one day with him, nothing, and just thought I'd try it for fun, man, and just enjoyed it.
And how many fights, roughly, did you have in the amateurs?
I think maybe about 25 or something.
That's good. And of course, how many roughly did you win out of those 25?
I only lost 6, so it would have been 19.
So you were a decent amateur?
I was alright. I never won any gold medals or that, but I had some good amateur fights.
That's good to hear, mate. And of course, you made your debut last year in March, I do believe, and you fought Seamus Devlin, who you can literally throw a brick at his chin and he'll still be standing.
Aye, I know, man. He's a big tough boy, man. That was a good one. So it was a good debut and a good performance.
Were you happy with your debut performance, and was there any nerves going into the debut?
Aye, I was nervous. The first time, it was just after COVID, so I hadn't fought in years. And then obviously I turned pro with getting everything, your medical and that. So it took a while, you know what I mean? And then I finally got the debut. And then it back to being in the ring again after a few years, you know what I mean? It was good.
And of course, then you fought Dale Arrowsmith in June over 4 rounds. You won 40-36, and that was in the Crown Plaza Hotel in Glasgow.
Yeah, that was the same place as my debut. That was a tough one. I don't know what it was. When the fight started, I didn't feel that sharp in there, but as it went on, I came together a bit better, and it was a bit good. Your second fight's a lot different for your debut.
And of course, you've only fought 2 journeymen. Some fighters go 6, 7, 8 fights before they have their first test, but with you, mate, straight into the deep end.
Always, man, always. There's no point. Just you start your record up with fighting journeymen, and then you lose your confidence with fighting. Could I win 50-50 fights? And you get padded. You get a lot of fighters that get padded, and then when they go against a 50-50 fight, they get found out. You know what I mean?
And of course, then you took your first risk against another unbeaten prospect in Robbie Graham, and it was over 6 rounds, and you lost 58-56, but it could have gone either way. And did you feel like you did enough on the night?
Well, I felt like it was kind of against me. I dropped him in the first round, and then the ref didn't give it when everybody says that, and then he headed me and split me open in the third. And the referee says he didn't see the head clash, and then I felt like the performance was great. Everybody, the majority of the place thought I won that fight. And me and Robbie were training partners as well before that fight. We actually sparred a lot together. But I suppose it kind of slowed me down a bit, and it gave me a bit. I wouldn't be as good. I probably wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for that loss to set me back to work on stuff. So if I'd just got that decision, I wouldn't have looked at it like, oh, I need to work on this, I need to work on that. You know what I mean?
Has that defeat, even though you feel like you were hard done by, has that fight made you stronger as a person and as a fighter?
100%. I watched that fight back. See, when I watched that fight back, I like watching the performance, but I learned a lot for it. You learn a lot for your wins, but you learn more for your losses. So I just felt like I learned a lot for that fight, and then it's proved.
So, was it hard to get back in the gym after a defeat?
I took some time off, so I did. I took a lot of time. I was training a lot hard, so I took a lot of time off. I took a while off, then I get back into it maybe about a month later or something. I took a month off.
But you bounced back again, straight back into the deep end with you, and you had, in my opinion, you outboxed him and you won 59-55, which
Yeah.
is a fair scorecard in my opinion. And yeah, I thought you looked in cruise control that night.
Well, that was a great fight. Paul Diaz was as tough as they come, man. He took everything, and I actually thought it was a lot in there before the decision get gave. I thought it was a lot closer than what it was scored. But watching it back, I knew I'd won the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's been your best performance. Would you
Yeah,
say?
100%. Till tomorrow.
Yes, mate. Yes, that's the spirit. And of course, but even though this fight has been made, you've had some recent fights being cancelled, and why is
Uh,
that?
well, I don't know. I just keep getting the offers, and I keep saying yes, and then it has been serious injuries, but I know the boys. I was meant to fight Regan. He's got 3 fractures in his wrist, I think. It is serious. And then Elliot O'Donnell, me and him went to school together. And we started at the same amateur club at the start together. And he's broke his nose, so you can't really expect them to fight out of that. And I know myself, I pulled out of a fight with an injury. I broke my foot years ago, but I injured it again. So I had to pull out a fight in between the Diaz fight and the Robbie Graham fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, you've got Calvin Mccord tomorrow night. Just weighed in as earlier today, and how did the weigh-in go? All good?
It went good, so it did, man. We done good. We done just under.
And of course, first fight in the UK. How excited are you fighting as main event and like in England as well for the first time?
Oh, it's a huge opportunity, man. It's brilliant to get my name out there and go out and put on a show. This show could be anywhere in Scotland, a wee show in Scotland for the same belt, or it could be without a belt. But it's just a great opportunity and a great show and a good fight.
Mm-hmm. Especially Calvin as well. Also a Scottish fighter as well who fought. Who's coming off a knockout win as well. But before that, he lost to Sam Noakes on BT Sport. Did you watch that fight? And have you took quite a bit from that Sam Noakes fight? And have you seen weaknesses in Calvin's like fight style, sort of?
Well, I didn't really watch it. I was in Aberdeen. One of my teammates was fighting for the Scottish title, Gary Ducey, that night, so I didn't watch it. But obviously, my coach, he's watched tapes and that, so you can work on some stuff in the gym. And I don't watch much other fighters near a day. It's like just go in and do what I feel and see what comes. Because if you go looking for certain stuff, you maybe get caught if you're looking for the certain thing. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Of course, you've got the Commonwealth titles. The Commonwealth silver title is on the line, going for your first belt. And it's a big one as well. Does that make it? Of course, everyone wants to win your national belt. The Scottish title would mean a lot, but in a way, this would get your world ranking higher than if you won the Scottish.
Aye, this will be brilliant. It's brilliant how it came about. So it did with people pulling out, and then my manager Sam Kinnock saying, right, what can I do here? And then Calvin Mccord was still meant to fight the night for the title against somebody else. I don't know who. And then the boy pulled out. I think he was injured. So and then Sam just put that across. As he pulled out, my opponent pulled out. So it kind of just worked out in my favour.
Blessing in disguise, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you're fighting on a Thursday. Is that weird at all?
It is weird. I had to take 3 days off work, but when I get back up to Scotland, then I've got the weekend to chill out. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think, yeah, you'll probably be taking that belt to work, wouldn't you?
Aye, too right.
Have you got many people coming down from Scotland to come and support you?
My teammates, I've got 3 cornermen, and my teammates coming down, and I've got my girlfriend with me. She's in the hotel with me.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all you need, the support-wise, isn't it? Because family are always the loudest, aren't they?
I know, that's it. It's going to be good.
And how excited are you fighting in your first 10-round fight as well?
Oh, I'm buzzing, man. I always feel like I get better later on. So I feel like this is 10 rounds is perfect.
And in your first 10-rounder, do you think you'll come on strong? Like, will longer rounds suit your style, would you say?
I think so. I think when you've got I went to an amateur boxing club called the Barn, and Ricky Burns started there, and then see sometimes every 5 days a week you would do a 20-minute circuit, then you'd be sparring for the next hour. So you grew up constantly doing rounds. No matter if there was 3 fighters in the day or 20 fighters in the day, you'd be in there constantly training, constantly doing a circuit, then constantly sparring. So it's something I've always enjoyed doing, plenty of rounds.
Did you watch Ricky's fight the other day?
Aye, I was at it, so I was.
Thoughts on it?
Brilliant for performance for 2 men. I've actually been closer recently to Willie Limond. I've been in sparring with his son Jake Limond, and sparring the boys he coaches, Martin Crossan and Drew Limond, his other son who's an amateur, a stick-out amateur. But I felt like it was a great fight, so it was. I feel like Willie was a bit up against it, Ricky being obviously constantly fit all the time and Willie was retired, but I felt like the fight was great, so I did. The full show was great.
And of course, what's it been like? Of course, Martin Crossan is the Scottish super lightweight champion. It was one of the lightweights, but I can't remember what one. But yes, how many rounds did you get with him? And of course, Jake Lamont fought on that night as well, and it was a great performance from Jake. And Drew, I've seen some of his amateur fights, and he's looking good. So good sparring.
Aye, so I sparred with Martin. When I started sparring with Martin was up towards his Scottish title fight to win it, and it was always close rounds. He's tough, he's strong, and then sparring Jake's come on a ton. So he is. Jake's brilliant. Jake's underrated, is it? So he is. But and then Drew, I done 6 with Jake and then 4 with Drew, and Drew's a stick out, so he is. See, for the fact he's only 17 and still an amateur and that, he's an absolute stick out.
Were you a bit surprised when your manager said that this fight was going to be in London, not in Scotland, not on his show?
I was more buzzing about it because that's what you want, isn't it? Up in a hotel, you know what I mean? And then fighting in a Frank Warren show, and you get to walk above and walk about London all day, pretty much. Just after the weigh-in, we'd be going out just looking in shops and having something to eat and getting the energy back, feeling good.
And of course, what's it like the night before the fight? Do you have a certain routine? Do you watch something, or what do you do to chill out on fight day and get your mind off the fight?
I don't really have a usual routine. It's different being in a different country in a hotel than now. Usually I just chill out and watch something on Netflix, just relax. But I don't know. It's just different. It feels different, but I can get in the morning and get my breakfast and we'll just chill it. It's a late one tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock to 11, so it's not too bad.
What? So you'll probably be fighting about 11?
Aye. Well, it's late on. It's the main event.
Oh, that's good. Is it your first time being the main event?
Yeah.
And what do you make of your opponent as a fighter?
Calvin's a great fighter, so he is. We've been on the same show before, and he's a good fighter. No, I mean, not going to take anything. I've got respect to the world for him, especially him taking this fight. Even though I've only had 4 fights, you know what I mean? It's a big risk to him. You know what I mean? So it's all respect. You know what I mean? We were all, even at the weigh-in, we were talking away and that. We were sitting near each other and on the plane. You know what I mean? We were right across each other on the plane. It was all right, saying all right to each other. So it's all respect. You know what I mean? Until we get in the ring for 10 rounds.
And of course, he is a bit taller than you. Without giving the plan away, would it be sort of if you do get a knockout, would it be like by a body shot, or if it comes, it comes? Really?
Well, if it comes, it comes. You know what I mean? You don't go looking for it because if you go looking for it, you never get it. So we just need to box to the game plan and just see what happens, and that's it. I'm used to it. I don't think I've ever fought anybody smaller than me. I've always been the smaller guy. Calvin's actually quite close to my height, a lot closer than what Paul Dees and Robbie Graham and that were.
Oh yeah, so you in a way, would you say that you like boxing the taller sort of
Yeah,
fighters?
I've always done it for. I don't think I've, even in the amateurs, I don't think I've ever boxed. I think I boxed one boy, Jamie Slavin, who was the same height as me in the amateurs, and I think that's the only time I've fought somebody close to my height.
Mm-hmm. As if anyone has not watched you fight before, how would you describe yourself as a fighter?
Yeah, quite exciting. I always put on, even if I lose, it's always good fights. I don't think I'm ever in a boring fight.
Mm-hmm. What would it mean to you winning the Commonwealth silver title tomorrow night?
Oh, it'd be crazy, man. It's gonna be brilliant. So it is. It's just something you don't even dream about it. Then 3 weeks later, you get the opportunity to fight for it. So the fact I'm even fighting for it is huge. You know what I mean? Never mind if I go and win it. You know what I mean? Which obviously I 100% believe I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. And is there anyone who, before I let you go, mate? Because yeah, do you want to shout out sponsors, managers, trainer, just anybody at all?
Just a shout out to my full team. Just they've been helpful for my full career. Conley Boxing, he does the boxing gloves. He's designed my fight gloves for the fight tomorrow. And just that's it. Know what I mean? Just the full team and everybody's helped me. And my girlfriend here, even my mum at home. Know what I mean? She's helps me every day and that. Know what I mean? Just full lot.
Mm-hmm. And a massive good luck tomorrow night, Carl. And yeah, just go and get that belt.
Thanks a lot, my man.
Good luck, mate. Thank you for your time. Bye, mate.
Bye.